You turn off the light. The room goes dark. Your body is exhausted. Every signal your muscles are sending says the same thing: sleep. And then your brain does something that makes no sense at all. It starts talking. Not quietly. Not gently. It pulls up the conversation you had 3 years ago where you said the wrong thing. It replays the email you sent this morning and finds 17 new ways it could have been misread. It builds entire catastrophic futures out of problems that haven't happened yet. You lie there, motionless, while your mind sprints through every unresolved thing it has been storing since you woke up. And the harder you try to stop it, the louder it gets. This is not insomnia. This is not anxiety disorder. This is your brain doing exactly what it evolved to do. And once you understand why, the 3 a.m. spiral starts to look very different. Your brain has two modes. During the day, when you are active, focused, moving through tasks and conversations and decisions, a network of regions called the task-positive network switches on. It handles directed attention. It keeps you locked onto whatever is in front of you. It is loud, focused, and dominant. But the moment you stop giving it something to do, the moment you sit still, stop scrolling, turn off the light, a completely different network takes over. Neuroscientists call it the default mode network, and it has been quietly waiting all day for exactly this moment. The default mode network was first identified by neuroscientist Marcus Raichle at Washington University in 2001. He noticed something that contradicted everything researchers expected. When participants in brain imaging studies were given nothing to do, a specific set of brain regions didn't go quiet. They lit up. The brain at rest was not resting at all. It was working harder than ever, just on something else entirely. What is it working on? You, your past, your future, other people, relationships, regrets, possibilities. The default mode network is your brain's internal narrator, running a continuous story about who you are, where you fit, and what might happen next. It is the part of you that replays memories, simulates future scenarios, and tries to make sense of the social world around you. During the day, the task-positive network suppresses it. The moment that suppression lifts, the default mode network surges back online, hungry and fully charged. And it chooses nighttime because nighttime is the first quiet it has had all day. Here is where it gets stranger. The default mode network does not treat all thoughts equally. It has a strong preference for unresolved things. Psychologist Bluma Zeigarnik discovered this in the 1920s when she noticed that waiters in a Vienna cafe could remember every detail of open, unpaid orders, but the moment a bill was settled, the information vanished from their memory almost instantly. Her follow-up experiments confirmed it. The human brain holds unfinished tasks in a state of heightened activation, a kind of mental tension that keeps them circling in awareness until they are resolved. This became known as the Zeigarnik Effect. Your brain is not randomly selecting thoughts at night. It is reviewing its cue. Every conversation you avoided, every decision you postponed, every problem you pushed aside during the day because you were too busy to deal with it, all of it is still sitting in active working memory, flagged and waiting. The moment you stop distracting yourself, your brain begins processing the backlog. And it does it methodically, urgently, because from an evolutionary standpoint, unresolved problems are threats. Think about what nighttime meant for your ancestors. The fire was low. The world outside was dark. There was nothing left to do but lie still and wait for morning. That was the moment the brain had available for something it couldn't do while running or hunting or gathering, planning, simulating, reviewing what went wrong and what needed to change. The brain that used those quiet hours to problem solve, to rehearse social dynamics, to anticipate dangers, was the brain that survived. You inherited that brain. The only difference is that your unresolved problems are not predators or rival groups. They are emails, mortgages, conversations with your boss, things you said to someone you love. The content has changed completely. The mechanism hasn't moved an inch. Sleep researcher Matthew Walker at the University of California, Berkeley has spent decades studying what happens to the brain during sleep, particularly during REM sleep, the stage dominated by dreaming. His research reveals something that reframes the entire experience of nighttime thinking. REM sleep is not passive. It is the brain's emotional processing laboratory. During REM, the amygdala, your emotional alarm center, becomes highly active. The prefrontal cortex, the rational brake that keeps your emotions in check during the day, partially disengages. The brain replays emotionally charged memories, but in a neurochemical environment stripped of the stress hormone noradrenaline. The result is that you can revisit painful or anxious experiences without the full weight of the emotional charge they carried when they first happened. Sleep, Walker argues, is therapy. The night is when your brain tries to heal itself. But here's the paradox. For that healing to happen, the brain has to engage with the difficult material first. The rumination at 3 a.m., the replaying of painful conversations, the catastrophic simulations, these are not failures of your mind. They are the beginning of the processing sequence. Your brain is not torturing you. It is trying to help you. The problem is timing. The problem is that you need to sleep, and the brain is trying to process, and those two things keep interrupting each other. Neuroscientist Matthew Walker and psychologist Shai Davidai have both written about a related phenomenon, the asymmetry between regrets of action and regrets of inaction. What the research consistently shows is that in the short term, people regret what they did. But over time, the regrets that haunt the deepest are the things left undone. The paths not taken, the words never said. The default mode network, your nighttime narrator, knows this. It returns again and again not to your worst moments, but to your open loops. The things that still have a chance of being different. It is not punishing you. It is prompting you. So what do you do with this? You cannot turn off the default mode network. You cannot force your brain to stop processing, but you can change what it has to process. Research on what psychologist Michael Scullin at Baylor University calls the bedtime planning effect shows that spending 5 minutes before sleep writing down a specific list of tasks you need to complete the next day, not a list of worries, but a concrete action list, significantly reduces the time it takes to fall asleep. The act of writing transfers the open loops out of active working memory and into an external system the brain trusts. The Zeigarnik tension releases. The queue empties, and the default mode network, finding less unresolved material to cycle through, quiets down. Your brain is not broken at 3 a.m. It is ancient and diligent and trying, in the only quiet it has been given, to sort through everything you carried today. The thoughts that keep you awake are not your enemies. They are dispatches from the part of you that is still working, still trying to figure things out, still doing the job it has done for 2 million years. You turned off the light. The room went dark, and somewhere in the silence, your brain finally had the chance to speak. The question is not how to make it stop. The question is whether you are ready to listen. What does your brain bring up at 3 a.m.? Old conversations, future worries, or something else entirely?